Morning, everybody. Today's Friday. It's like 8 o'clock roughly. And I was listening to a bunch of conversations yesterday. Some by a couple experts that one of the guys, he does all this work at the Darien Gap, which is down in the jungle basically in South America. And it's this gap of land between, I think it's Colombia and Mexico or something like that. It has to do with immigration. And basically, I've been listening to this guy for a long time, and I heard about the Darien Gap for a long time, and I understood that it's basically a gauntlet of jungle to get through to get to America if you want to come from that area to here. And the people that are coming up through the Darien Gap are Chinese. They are Middle Eastern people, so these would be our enemies if they chose to be. He said the people that are Chinese are coming up to Maine, which is the next state over from me, and they're creating marijuana farms where they are growing illegally, and they have military-style farmhouses, like military-run farmhouses that are compounds with no exit and no escape if you decided to attack their farms and stuff. And what they're doing is they're taking that money from these weed farms in Maine, and they did it in Oregon and a couple other states too. They're growing right next to legal growers, so it's too hard to tell if these places are legal or illegal. And they're too afraid to go into them because they're Chinese nationals, and they don't want to look like they're racist by going after the Chinese. So the Chinese people are doing this at the behest of what I would say the Chinese Communist Party to create a bank. And I don't know if you know this, but it's a bank called it's MIT or MPT or some name like that. It just sprang up around here like crazy. M&T Bank. It used to be a bunch of citizens banks, and then they all got bought out by M&T Bank. And so I don't know if they just bought the real estate or they actually bought the bank. I don't know how it works. I'm just this is just basic facts. So for that I've seen with my own eyes, it's happening here based on this info. So M&T Bank at the bottom of their website says that they are owned by China. So we have Chinese banks that are running inside of America, being funded by people coming up through the Darien Gap into the lower border of the United States through Mexico, and we're not doing anything about it. And these people are pumping the weed into these stores all over America, dumbing us all down. And I'm saying this because I was dumbed down by weed. I'm not saying it because I'm pissed off about it. I willingly was smoking weed, and it made me stupid, and it made me not live the way I should be living. I wasn't doing, you should see the difference in my life. All my bills are paid on point, all my stuff is paid off, all my things are I don't smoke cigarettes anymore either, which is a ton of money that I was blowing out the window. For what? You're just paying other people to let you die, or getting money from your employer who is making tons of money off your hard labor. It's you're waking up in the morning and you're already have a plan to take all the hard-earned money that you made and give it away to people that either want to kill you or don't care about you or care if you're going to live or do better in life. It's just a waste of money and time. I'm just being honest. So all these people are coming up through the Darien Gap in South America, and they're coming over the border, and they are here. And I told everybody I dreamed a long time ago that there were Russian troops already here, already positioned, waiting for something to happen so that they could take us all out, strategic attacks on America. So right now in America, there are Chinese, Russian, and Middle Eastern people, just to name a few people that hate us, that are going to strike at a certain time, coordinated, the Red Dawn type event. And I've already heard in the past, like 10 years ago, that the CIA is training the Middle Eastern people to like attack school buses and attack all these, like, they have like training grounds for them. And you could say, oh, that's for them to go back to the Middle East to fight. No, it's not. And so I couldn't really understand like why all this was happening with Trump, like to the fullest effect. Why is he going after like Venezuela right now and all this stuff? And it's probably to secure the drug trade for America, and has nothing to do with like him stopping drug dealers. It's that they want to use their own drugs, not get drugs imported. But also it has more to do with the New World Order, because in my opinion, hear me out on this, is something I just thought of yesterday, is that, and maybe you've thought about this too, but I've mentioned a long time ago that Elon Musk's father was ancient Illuminati, and I know that might sound weird, but look at his mom, look at Elon Musk's life. His nanny said he was talking to demons through portals at 5 years old. Elon Musk now as an adult says that AI is like opening Pandora's box basically, and like a demon comes out and you can't put it back in the box. That's what Aleister Crowley did with the Babylon Gate with Jack Parsons and L. Ron Hubbard in the desert. They couldn't close the gate. It's similar. As soon as that happened is when we started having the Roswell like sightings and all the alien activity and stuff like that. And they're not aliens. They come from the ocean according to the Testament of Solomon. So don't be fooled. We live on a flat plane. There's 7 domes above us. 7th is the highest, and that's God's throne. This is his footstool, and below us is hell. And we are on the flat plane to be tested whether we want to choose between God and Satan. That is it. There is nothing else. This is a test of the human spirit and soul to see if you are going to live forever with Christ or you're going to live forever with the devil in his forever home. And most people choose the devil because it's easier, and wickedness is funner to do because your flesh wants it. But it is not worth it, number one. And number two, Jesus already defeated Satan and death at the cross, and when he went down to the underworld to save the saints and break the gates of brass, which is in the Gospel of Nicodemus, the Acts of Pilate. So Elon Musk was seen wearing a Baphomet thing at Halloween, and obviously is satanic. His new AI is in the form of the Lucifer show. It's an anime with wings, just like the front cover for the Lucifer TV show. So if Elon Musk, his dad, says this, if he says that in order to create a base of operations for the New World Order, you need to have the United States, Canada, and Greenland merge. Why? Because Greenland is set apart away from the United States, and yet it's closer to the European area, so you could set up a base there to either attack them or defend. So it would create this also a resource, like a huge resource, because Canada's resources are very vast. I don't know if you've seen the amount of land Canada has, especially in the non-democratic areas that want to merge off and break off and become part of the United States in the first place. This is all planned. They want to merge Mexico, the United States, and Canada, and they're making it seem like, oh, it's just we're helping them. It has nothing to do with the New World Order, but it has everything to do with that. And there's not a lot of time left, so they need to do it quickly. And personally, I don't think that Elon Musk and Trump are fighting like they say that they are. I think that he just left to make it look like he broke away from it so he could be actually the head of it. I think it was a plot to fool the American people and the world that Elon Musk isn't really running everything through Doge. And they're not really, skimming all the archives, skimming all the information using AI. And it's interesting that they tested the AI for Elon Musk because all his AI runs the Teslas, and it was needed that it had to be a certain strength to run an autonomous vehicle. So they tested it against the current best Chinese AI, and Elon Musk's is better, if that makes any sense to you. Like, his AI for Tesla is stronger than all of the Chinese AI. So if Trump comes on the news and says that they want to build better AI and be the leader of AI, and then whatever that Ramaswamy guy that was running for president, the guy that like made billions off of a failed pharmaceutical drug for Alzheimer's or whatever, if that guy, if he's going to be running Ohio as the governor, then that's where they're going to be putting the AI cooling stations, and the AI hubs are in Ohio, which is probably why they dumped all that chemical in the train crash there, so they could bring the government in to clean up the so-called spill, but really just put government installations there so they could start an AI think tank there. And this is just me spitballing ideas. I don't know if this is actually true. I'm just hypothesizing, but I would venture to guess that Elon Musk has not left his position. It's just a ploy. And so I just wanted to leave you with that. It's some information I found out today and yesterday, and I just pieced it kind of together. And I don't know if you've ever heard it before. So hope that helps. I'm going to do more shows later today, but I got to leave for a minute. So God bless and take care.